This was the fourth week of the cut and saw some big changes to training. I did one last lower session on the Saturday and then decided to start running my new routine from the Sunday, with that new routine being a 5-day bro split. The split's structured as a chest day with calves, back day with abs, legs, shoulders with calves and arms with abs. So for the first week I did around half the volume I'm planning on running whilst I'm out of the cut, and I also skipped some of the calf and ab work at the start of the week. But yeah, I really enjoyed the change that this bro split's brought, and training is feeling really fun, really fresh again. I last ran a bro split about 18 months ago, so it's been a while, but I'm really excited to get into this properly once I'm out of the cut and back to feeling fully fueled and energised. As for the cut, the scale continued moving very well this week. I'm only about half a kilo or so off my initial 83 kilo target, which is good. I'm also starting to see some of the details and condition coming in now, so that's quite motivating. It's been a fairly aggressive 4 weeks with about 8 to 9 kilos lost so far. So I'm thinking right now that I'll probably keep pushing a little more once I hit 83, but I'll probably be smart and try and reduce the harshness of the deficit a bit. Things have been quite manageable and easy-ish so far, but there's no point pushing things too far, too hard for too long and burning out. I'm not exactly sure why, but over the course of this week, my mood and outlook have just massively improved, which is really nice to see. Not that I wasn't happy before, but I just noticed that I've got a bit chirpier as the week went on, and I think the change in training style has had something to do with that. As well, I've got a few other life bits going on that are just kind of moving quite well right now, so it just feels like everything's falling into place a little bit. I'm probably a bit less stressed moving these videos back to weekly as well, especially as I've been keeping myself fairly busy lately anyway. I'm a bit annoyed that it looks like the last video got corrupted when it got uploaded to YouTube. The sound's fine, but the video is really glitchy. No one kind of commented on it, but I assume it's not just on my end, and hopefully this one doesn't have the same issue. I do hope everyone who happens to watch these maybe gets something out of them, and enjoys them a bit. I'm just trying to document my training journey in a fairly transparent and honest manner. I get it might not be the most entertaining format, but hopefully someone out there finds them nice to watch or listen to for 5 or 6 minutes each week. If you do happen to watch along with these and have any ideas or suggestions on how to make them a bit more entertaining or enjoyable, please feel free to let me know. I kind of feel like this weekly recap format with the voiceover works quite well. I think I'm getting a bit better at editing the training clips in a more fluid manner. I appreciate that because of being in the cut and having training being a bit more of a maintenance position right now, I'm not talking as much about the actual training, but once things move back to normal, I will obviously focus a bit more on talking about how each session goes. I would quite like to keep slowly growing this channel. I know it's a kind of a niche topic because it's really just a training log and me voicing my thoughts. There are a lot of people doing very similar things like that already, but I don't tend to stumble across too many what I call just like regular people documenting their training journeys. A lot of the people I come across all seem to be fairly actively competitive bodybuilders, which is cool to watch, don't get me wrong, and it makes a lot of sense because it's interesting to see people do preps and get on stage, but sometimes I quite like seeing normal people train, and by that I mean people like me who are just regular guys training in their sheds, in this for the long haul while trying to juggle actual real life. which doesn't revolve completely around bodybuilding or training. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a waffle, and it kind of resonated with someone out there. But yeah, for this week I'll leave it there. Maybe next week I'll be celebrating hitting the initial target, and might have a better idea of which direction we're going to take things next. But we'll see when we get there. So for anyone still here, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.